So hey guys, today we're going to be looking at the Fusion Synchro event, and honestly, there's only one really important thing to check. So we do copy from my deck, the Legend Anthology deck. We copy this, and real quick, we gotta just check to see what is legal here. So we can't play Beat Cop or Wise Tricks. They weren't that integral to this. And Warlord Savage. I guess I don't need to run this because no links. And then let's check real quick. Rico Berserker. Oh, and this is back at 3.
No.
Interesting.
Hunting Yugioh.
And then after this, we can actually cut Harmatan. I don't like Harmatan that much. So we can actually run Chinook again. Right. And that means we probably won't need to run Swallow's Cavalry anymore. So yeah, this is pretty much going to be what might as well be the exact same list from Legend Anthology, but now we can have the good cards again, I suppose. Maxi legal? Nope.
Yeah.
Blossom legal? Yes. But you don't have to run Ash Blossom because no Maxi. Okay. So I guess look for Called By, and then you would slot this in, I suppose. And then I think this is solid enough. And I guess the extra deck needs to be adjusted a little bit, like Chaos Angel Dispatter, I think, is what we're missing. And done. So the earlier list, like, it was a little bit worse than this for reasons, but yeah, now we can actually activate Sutri Effect, which is nice, I suppose. But aside from that, this is pretty much the same exact combo as before, where we're using Garden Rose Maiden to search Black Garden, and then we're going to lock our opponents. And this is technically even worse than before, because technically there were things you could make in terms of like link monsters. There were link monsters that can link off normal monsters if you were really invested in dealing with like Black Garden. But in this event, you only have fusions and synchros. So yeah, not much you can do about this, but I don't think many things would be limited here, right? Surely not. So let's just check real quick. So we have semi-limited and limited. So let's see. Guardian Chimera is at 1. Aluber 1. Albion 1. So nothing super out of the ordinary here except for Guardian Chimera, Albion, and Aluber so far, I believe. And then we have all of these are normally like limited or semied. Anything freshly put on here. Centurion Primera. Okay. The Horus cards. Early is well, full power in comparison to the regular ban list, I suppose. We'll call it full power. And then Tearlament is also nerfed. So it's just Branded and Tearlament, I think, as well as some super heavy samurai hits, just small ones. It's just Wakaushi. Unless there are some ban cards that I didn't check, but Soul Piercer is legal. So this event feels kind of degen. So honestly, I don't even feel that bad about Black Garden anymore because, you know, well, Wakushi and all the super heavy samurai stuff is legal, and honestly, can't think of anything more busted than that. The fusion stuff, I don't think could possibly be as bad as the synchro stuff. The synchro stuff is all pretty nasty for this event, so yeah. Also, I think I can keep Valor here, right? Yeah, okay. Then continue working on this. This is mostly going to be focused on going first, I suppose. And actually, we can cut Crow as well for like some other Blackwings, probably. Maybe it's worth throwing in Harmatan. And actually, wait, Vata. Oh, we were running one Vata because it forced us to. Right. Kind of forgot about that. Alright. Adjustments can be made. I guess we could run one Black Garden unless we felt like particularly sinister. Because I only learned this after recording the video, but because this is a mandatory effect and Whirlwind is a trigger, we can always put Black Garden on the lower chain link so it doesn't interfere with the searches on Black Whirlwind, and then your attack stat doesn't matter anymore. So yeah, it's actually fine to open Black Garden. In fact, it would be better. So like ideal hand, maybe we open like Simoon plus Black Garden. So whenever we normal summon Simoon actually doesn't have an effect. We Whirlwind Search, and then we're just protected from Imperm for the rest of the turn, I guess. So pretty decent synergy, actually. But yeah, let's check out the loners now. So we have Witchcrafter. So honestly, I'm not 100% sure what Witchcrafter does, but how do you make Guardian Chimera and stuff? Which card here performs the Fusion Summon? Collaboration, no. Confusion Confession. Fusion Summon using Witchcrafter monsters. This requires a Despia monster. There are no Despia monsters anywhere here. Where do you fusion from? Andor Field? So, are you telling me you want me to brand it in high spirits, sending like Despian Lulu a Lilith in order to use magicalized fusion, or maybe synchro summon it? Do we have a tuner anywhere? Blazing Cartesia. Blazing Cartesia doesn't count as a Despian card either, right? Yeah. This deck list is weird. I honestly don't know how this would perform because I just don't 100% know what Witchcrafters do. But I mean, compared to the deck I can build, like I think this probably isn't going to be as good, like as a non-loner deck necessarily. And I'm not even sure how this competes with the other loners. There's no way to search Magicalized Fusion, I'm pretty sure, is there? Not on this build because they didn't put in the thing. Technically, you could have used like Rendered and High Spirits to Foolish Burial a certain guy, I think, and then that could search you Magicalized Fusion. There's definitely like an Albaz Fusion monster that can do that. And then we have Earthbound. What are the interactions on Earthbound? If a monster is special summon from your opponent's extra deck, you can destroy as many monsters your opponent controls as possible that are special summoned this turn. And if you do, inflict 800 damage to your opponent for each monster destroyed. Kinda janky board wipe, I guess, with Geokraken. The Geogracia, what does this do? If a monster in your opponent's possession is destroyed by a battle or a card effect, you can destroy all cards your opponent controls. Wait, what? If a monster in your opponent's possession is destroyed by battle or a card effect, you can destroy all cards your opponent controls. So, Geogracia compare with like Geokraken, so it's like 2-ish board wipes, kinda, maybe-ish. And then you have Guardian Chimera, which I'm not sure how you're making those on your opponent's turn. You can't, right? Yep. Maybe? Earthbound Fusion, no. Fusion Summon. Using monsters from your hand revealed this material a Dark Fusion. Oh, that's how. So Earthbound Fusion can do it, I guess. Huh. Well, okay then. I mean, it looks okay. I think you can put up some interactions. I'm not 100% sure how you would go about this. Dragostapelia. Starving Venom Fusion Dragon. Starving Venom doesn't really do anything. How do you get to Dragostapelia? I mean, I guess you can just fusion summon, like, and kind of like use Geokraken and stuff as material. Punk. Oh. Punk doesn't really do that much, does it? So you're mostly going to be wanting to get Gabu probably. In terms of like the combos, just Gabu and then bounce back with the Amazing Dragon for the most part. How in the world are you supposed to make Changying? You just genuinely shouldn't have the levels for this, right? This is level 2. I mean, what? Why are there so many side frame cards here? That's 3. And then you have just the one driver. Kinda cursed, honestly. Like, Epsilon seems kind of useless. Because if you have something on the field, that's probably when they would activate a trap. So I just genuinely don't see Epsilon being that useful. This is running, like, more hand traps than some of the other builds, I suppose. Speaking of hand traps, let's see, we have 6 here. How many in this one? Also 6. This one is kind of 6, even if you don't count Epsilon, which is just kinda dumb because we could have cut, like, all of these for, like, copies of Imperm instead, which I think would be a whole lot better. And then we could have thrown in, like, one Duster, I think. That would have been a little bit better, but whatever, I guess. Psychic Wielder, Psychic Backer. Yeah, these guys aren't even that good necessarily. But, like, literally how in the world are we ever supposed to make Pengying here? And what do we have that banishes on our opponent's turn? Like, pretty much nothing. I guess it's just Omega or Draco Berserker. In comparison to some of the other loners before, I think these are kind of weak, but I guess they'll get the job done at least. They're not, like, awful. Like, anyone remember Ghost Rick? Ghost Rick Loner? Ghost Rick Loner. I think I had, like, a 10 or 5% win rate on that deck. The impressive part is winning any games at all. Honestly, with that horrendous deck. I don't even remember what the full context was for, like, what event it was. I think it was XYZ event. I'm not sure if there was, like, a different thing, like XYZ Synchro as well. But I played the Ghost Rick Loner for, like, I don't even know how many games. It was not a small amount of games. And yeah, I think I won, like, 3 times out of, like, 20, 30 games or something. Maybe 40. Something kind of absurd. But yeah, those learners look like if you win the coin flip, at least you could win a solid amount of the time, which is something. But there's also the option of, I guess, you know, just crafting like 3 Blackwing loners and then just taking that out for a drive, because yeah, the Blackwing's actually just fairly strong. So as a 1-card combo, I mean, we'll go through the line real quick. So if we have just Simoon plus any Blackwing, so well, pretty much any Blackwing. There's some, like, Garnety ones you don't want to open, but let's say we have Chinook plus Simoon. Simoon banishes Chinook, activate Whirlwind, normal summon Simoon. Black Whirlwind grabs you Sudri, normal summon Sudri. Triggers Black Whirlwind. Black Whirlwind and Sudri will now search. We'll grab Avata and Jamal. So Sudri can search Jamal. Black Whirlwind grabs you Avata. Then you can special summon Vata, activate Shamal effect to set a Black Feather Whirlwind. Then we Vata effect to special summon Black Wing Dragon, which triggers the Black Feather Whirlwind, which is soft once per turn, to essentially summon back one of your Blackwing guys from either the graveyard or banished. Banish pile? Yeah. So we special summon back Vata, and then we can go ahead now and we can either activate Sudri or Vata. Or not Sudri or Vata, right? We activate Sudri, or we can just wait on it. It doesn't really matter that much. But then we can go Vata plus Sudri, Synchro summoning the No Thung, and then that triggers Shamal in the graveyard. And then we can use the effect of Shamal to add Sudri back to the hand, and we get an extra normal summon with Nathung. And then, of course, Black Whirlwind and Sudri both don't have a hard once per turn. or once per turn at all. So we can normal summon Sudri again to perform Sudri Search, and then Black Whirlwind Search. In this case, we'll be adding Sharnga, and then Twin Shadow. And then from here, we can do some deviation. One of the things we will absolutely do is we would have sent Zephyros and Chinook with Levata, and then we can use the effect of Zephyros to return Black Feather Whirlwind to get like an extra Monster Reborn. We have Chinook effect that we can use on field if we special summon it by triggering the Black Feather Whirlwind. So imagine next turn we activate like Twin Shadow, summon maybe Silver Wind to pop. This has to be done as Chain Link 1 because this is a when effect, but if you do that, we can then chain Whirlwind to summon Chinook, and then Chinook is a quick effect Monsoon Negate as well. So that's just the thing you can do. And if you do not have Nathung, because this is a UR, but this is like, in my opinion, the only UR you would need to craft. Aside from the, I guess, Full Armor Master, if you don't have the Royal one they gave out, right? So we can then just summon Borea Storm instead, and kind of combo from there. But Endboard in general is going to be something along the lines of like Draco Berserker, Hot Red Dragon, Arcfiend, Bestial Dispatter, Blackwing Assault Dragon, and then you'll have Sharnga in Graveyard and the ability to summon Chinook. Pretty much. As the one card though, I don't remember. Maybe you have to choose between Bestial Dispatter or Hot Red Dragon Arcfiend Abyss if you're resolving just the Submoon, I believe. If we have one additional card in this case, like maybe we have Sharnga, we have Black Feather Whirlwind, we can just search Chinook instead, I think. And we can get access to like both of these guys. So yeah. That's all I got for you guys today, and if you guys want to see some more lists that you might be able to use for Fusion Synchro, I guess I could do that in a future video, but for now, this is all I got for you guys today, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye.